And here we have, wow, we got right to it. I wanted to know what Father Nick's top 4 movies are. And since Movie Crusade is all about defending good movies and destroying bad ones, I am ready to destroy something.
We'll see how much you can defend.
Yeah,
somebody.
I mean, we'll see what happens. Father,
We'll keep one of them at least.
yeah, you're gonna tell us about your 4 and why, and then Cameron and I are gonna kill or keep it.
I just saw this 4 lined up, and I forgot this was about me. I thought, what schizophrenic person picked? Oh no, it's me.
you.
It's me.
Okay, talk to me about now. You can talk about Man for All Seasons if you want, but
Yeah.
I really
talk more about it if you want.
I really want you to make sure you talk about I Confess, because that's not a Hitchcock movie that I'm familiar with.
Oh, I'd love to talk about that.
Okay.
So I Confess is a movie, I think late 40s. Someone can Google it for us. And the basics, I don't know, are we spoiling this or giving spoiler alerts? How do we do this?
Spoiler alerts. Yep.
Spoiler alerts. Okay. We covered this, Anthony and Rob and I, on their Avoiding Babylon channel at one point, so people can watch that. But basically, here's the basics of the movie: is priest in Canada is in the confessional. A man murders someone. He comes, confesses it to this priest, and then later decides that that priest would be the perfect person to pin it on just due to geography. Wow. And so it becomes an entire movie on the question of the seal of confession. Will this priest break the seal?
Stop it.
Yeah, an entire movie on that. And Hitchcock actually understood his theology. But then they weave in a whole other new plot line in there that at the murder scene, the priest shows up the next day just with everyone else because there's a bunch of police right there. And it's a very fascinating scene before that. He's in the rectory with several other priests, and he's not going to go because he kind of remembers, he does remember, this being confessed, and he was supposed to go visit the murder victim. Most people don't know this. They only taught this in old school seminaries. Whatever you were going to do, you are required to do because it's Jesus's information, the confessional, not yours. So all of a sudden he realizes he still has to go visit the murder victim.
Oh, man.
Yeah, most people don't catch that. So he does go there.
Because you can't reveal through your actions anything in the confessional.
You have to follow the trajectory of your day as if you hadn't heard anything there.
Unreal.
But then this beautiful woman, and he's a very handsome man, a beautiful woman grabs his arm and says, "This means we're free." Well, then the police do some research, and it turns out those two were at one point engaged. And then you start to wonder, okay, he's not guilty of the murder, but is he a priest committing adultery at this point? So there's actually 2 things being woven against this priest at once. What? And then, of course, as I said, the guy who really did the murder makes the public accusation, and the priest gets arrested. So in the trial, it becomes an entire issue.
And there's a trial too?
There's a trial.
Oh my God. And he can't say anything.
I can't. The whole town turns against him. And how do you defend yourself as a priest for what you know?
Okay,
in the
I gotta
confession?
watch this.
It's so similar to A Man for All Seasons. It's like, how far will you go for the truth?
Exactly. Because everyone will go to some level of the truth. But I love how you say it. How far will someone go for the truth?
Right.
I can't
I
believe
want
I've
to
never
spoil it,
seen
but
this.
we just gave a
Don't spoil it. I'm going to watch it.
Yeah.
And from a moral standpoint, I mean, this has got to be late 40s, early 50s.
I think it's late 40s.
Okay. So
Could be early 40s. No, late 40s, I'm pretty sure.
morally, it's solid, you're saying.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, even the murder, even the potential adultery, there's no racy scenes.
Okay.
Even the murder isn't too shocking. I'd say anyone over 14 can see it.
I'd like to.
Yeah, it's very- it's quite moral.
I've had people
Hitchcock.
completely botch the pitch to me. Like they don't understand the seal of the confessional.
That's the whole movie.
Yeah, they'll say like, yeah, it's about a guy who goes and confesses that he's going to pin this murder on this priest.
And really,
It's
it's
like,
just
well, he can't be forgiven.
well, and when the town turns against him, this is something that only someone like a Spielberg or Hitchcock could do. You know, they use this beautiful old church in Quebec City. I think it's actually owned by the FSSP now. And the camera pans out as he's walking through the city, and the whole city has rejected him, thinking maybe he's an adulterer. He certainly is a murderer. Wow. And by the way, the murderer borrowed the cassock of the priest to do it. So it's very obvious why even the couple people that saw, there's a couple little girls who were 8 or 9 years old who did say they saw a man leaving the murder victim's place in a cassock because the guy actually stole, his wife worked for the church.
Oh my goodness.
And so at one scene, the priest, his head is down and he's just crushed by the weight of the world. And as the camera pans out, is that the right word? I guess zooms out.
Pulls out.
Yeah,
or
pulls out.
It's probably not a zoom, but.
Okay, yeah. Somehow it comes out.
Yeah.
And you see Christ, a statue of some old school church in Canada. Christ is carrying his cross as a statue. And then you see him as a silhouette walk by. And it really shows you.
That's good.
It's beautiful. Not only is the priest called to keep the seal of the sacraments, he's also to be another Christ, a victim soul for his whole town.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Hitchcock, I tell you what.
I'm watching that. I haven't seen it, but I'm keeping it and watching it.
So good.
Whoa. I'm going to keep it and watch it.
If I taught seminary, I would actually use this movie to teach the seal of the confession.
Yes.
I'll keep it.
And here at Movie Crusade, we defend good movies and destroy bad ones. I really want to destroy Grease because it annoyed me because I hate musicals, but I also didn't remember that there was mild sex and nudity because I probably watched this when I was younger. But you're going to want to go to vidangel.com and take out all the smoking. There's a lot of smoking. And that's not good for you. So go to vidangel.com, put in promo code Crusade. Promo code Crusade. That's going to get you not just a 14-day trial, a 30-day trial. I'm in my trial right now. I'm excited. I'm not going to watch Grease, but you should because we're bringing back Family Movie Night. And you're going to watch this on vidangel.com using promo code Crusade. That's promo code Crusade. Okay.
That was really good.
I'm
Say your piece for A Man of All Seasons. I know in a previous video we talked about it, but why is it great?
I think, we'll keep this not political, but I think due to the church crisis, all of us are having difficult decisions. I think with the mRNA shot that took place 4 years ago, we're all having very difficult conscience decisions. And God doesn't follow an opinion poll. And if you look at what happened in England, if you were just to say, like the scene that you mentioned in one of our previous episodes, just do it for friendship's sake.
Yeah,
Does
do it
that
for
sound
fellowship.
that bad?
Yeah.
You know? And when I go to hell for not following my conscience, will you follow me for friendship's sake? And we're all facing so many things like that in the church crisis. I know you guys made 3 movies on the Latin Mass versus the Novus Ordo, the mRNA shot, like I said, And so what's amazing is I always compare him in my mind to St. John the Baptist. St. John the Baptist went out looking for a fight on this topic of marriage, gets his head lopped off. St. Thomas More does the exact opposite. He bends over backwards for silence. If you watch the movie closely, he bends over backwards to not say his piece.
Yes.
Right? And
that's so interesting.
Finally, when they really put his feet to the fire, does he have to say it? And then what does he lose his head over? The exact same thing that John the Baptist did, which is marriage, right?
That's right.
And so what's amazing to me is comparing like one of the, and actually I don't think John the Baptist was like this crazy, loud-headed guy like movies like The Chosen make him to be. I think he was actually at the highest levels of union, so he was actually quite a gentle person, right? But he did make a public correction of Herod in a way that clearly St. Thomas More did not do to Henry VIII.
That's right.
I would love a good John the Baptist movie. That would be sweet.
For some reason, he's the hardest. I won't watch The Chosen, but someone told me they made fun of him as the crazy guy or something like that.
He is crazy in that movie.
Yeah,
but not in real life.
Crazy.
If you read the Church Fathers, you understand he was truly the morning star between Old and New Testament that no one came close to in holiness besides Jesus, Mary, and Joseph.
So cool.
Yeah, he's
I think Peter in The Chosen calls him like, oh yeah, you crazy John or whatever.
Crazy John, that's right.
Yeah.
No, they have no understanding of the saints. And so his level of holiness, in fact, in the second millennium of Christianity, of Catholicism, you had the Marian side of a church and the Joseph side of the church. But most people don't know the first millennium of Catholicism, there was a statue of Mary, and the other was John the Baptist. And in fact, every Eastern Catholic iconostasis requires St. John the Baptist. So he is so far beyond what most people
because of what
understand.
Christ says about him, probably.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
No one born of woman, right?
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, so this just ties to Man of All Seasons, that there's a similarity that John the Baptist goes looking for the fight, Thomas tries to avoid it, and they both still...
But they both have the same, like, undeniable, they'll go to their grave for it principle.
Exactly. Exactly. And so that's where it's given me, this movie's given me strength in times in my life that were extremely hard when I should have, could have, would have given up and thought maybe I didn't go put that movie in,
Yeah.
but I thought of those scenes and I'm like, wow, no, I mean, I have to follow my conscience, even though I have another wave of friends abandon me for this.
That's powerful. You thought of a movie.
Yeah.
Frequently. That's the one that comes back to me in all the most difficult decisions I made in my priesthood the last 15 years.
Wow. Incredible.
So that's why I had to put it in one. Do I think it's, actually, I probably would have put The Passion above your head as number one, but I had to just kind of come up with four that are, these are certainly my top 20. I don't know if they're my top four, but they're certainly top 20.
They're your top four. Come on. Don't back down now.
I think they're way up there.
Yeah.
All right. Tell me about Napoleon Dynamite.
Yes.
Once again, I don't know if it's absolutely one of those
No,
brilliant
it's a masterpiece.
movies.
Go on. Explain.
You're right. It's a masterpiece.
Pretty hilarious.
Well, that's the thing. I had to have one comedy movie in there, and that's clean. And it's one of the, like, I don't know. Sometimes when guys are watching movies with friends, you can have like a bunch of fake laugh. But that's one if I like put on by myself as a hermit in my own condo, I'm like laughing out loud. Like, once again, the schizophrenic I mentioned earlier, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's just one of those movies where,
Oh man,
and it's
his uncle Kip is
everyone
hilarious.
And it's
Kip's
so,
his brother.
Oh,
It's
whatever.
Uncle
Rico.
Rico.
Yeah.
I can throw this ball over the mountain. Like, what?
And I've lived in France, I've lived in Mexico, I've been to Brazil a few times, and I heard someone once say, a priest actually said this, and this was from a liberal priest I agree with almost nothing on, but he said something very brilliant on this. He said, the gift of Americans is our ability to laugh at ourselves. And this movie is a perfect example.
Yeah.
You have like all these stereotypes that are only found in America, right? Kip, and then anyway, you won't find this in French movies or Mexican movies or Brazilian movies or whatever.
That's so true.
We have a sense to make fun of ourselves. This is what was great about Simpsons. Simpsons was able to laugh at what it actually means to be American. And so all the subtle, odd characters, like I feel bad for the cheerleaders that were recruited for this movie because they probably were told, you're going to be this pretty cheerleader. It's like, no, you're just the least ugly in the town. And I mean, so every single aspect of that movie is so subtle and goofy.
Like infinitely rewatchable. Yeah. And it's so hard to find a comedy movie that's not filthy as well.
It's true.
Yeah, this one is so charming.
It's nonsensical, but it's not bad. There's nothing wrong with nonsense.
Well, I wouldn't call it nonsense like buffoonery. Like it's like like, I don't know, Beavis and Butthead.
No, but I mean, when Kip puts on the do-rag and raps about technology, like that's kind of nonsense.
No, it's not nonsense because it reflects his character.
Okay.
Like their characters are so, I think, well thought out.
That's true.
They don't feel
that's a good
two-dimensional.
point. Okay.
And it could only take place in a place like Northwest Idaho, right? Like, what does a karate expert in Northwest Idaho act like? Probably would have American
the pair of
pants.
Zubaz and
How'd you like to be kicked in the face with a guy wearing pants like these? You know, like, I mean, it's just so every character is so.
He's trying to sell the like Tupperware. He's like driving over it. Oh, dang it.
Even the little lines, like when the skinny guy's married to the really heavy lady and he makes her try to open, he can't do it. And she goes, I want that.
Yes.
And then he can't break it, right? Every character is, well, it's like my friend used to say in high school, I'm embarrassed for you. Then that's just like every character of that movie, you're slapping your head and you want to say, I'm embarrassed for you.
Yes. That's such a good point.
You know, the popes that we've been mentioning have taught or talked about, I wouldn't say it's like a teaching, but they say there's value to films that allow you to escape from the pressures and like, the seriousness of life.
Yeah.
As long as it brings you back out of it. And
back to reality.
So like I mentioned Beavis and Butthead. That would just be like, okay, it's mindless. And when you get done watching it, you feel like your brain's scrambled eggs. But this is like, you're charmed by it. You're laughing. The characters are lovely. And it's just...
It's 90 minutes.
Innocent.
Yeah, it's over.
That's
quick.
true.
You can go back to life.
Wow.
That's right.
This might be the best one on your list.
Oh, wow.
After what we just said.
It's a fun movie.
Wow. And then T2.
Yes.
Terminator, so that's number 4 of my pick.
Man.
So this is one of those movies, I mean, do I think it's objectively one of the 4 greatest movies ever made? I don't know, but I go back and I watch it pretty much every year because anyone who's seen my podcast and read my blog, I'm kind of like mildly apocalyptic, and so I always
mildly apocalyptic.
Yeah, I mean, like
That's a great adverb.
that's right. Well, and what we see in this movie is a very unlikely prophet. A boy and his mother who's in a psych unit, but they really do know what's going on, and no one will listen to them. This kind of goes back, I guess, to the whole like opinion poll thing that we saw in Man of All Seasons. This is a little different because Man of All Seasons has all the evidence in front of him that Henry VIII is an adulterer. Where, there's going to be a nuclear war. That's not evidence right in front of you. This is something kind of prophetic. But I find it fascinating how many post-apocalyptic, and really Catholics should actually call those pre-apocalyptic movies, because what's after the apocalypse? Nothing, right? So post-apocalyptic kind of gels with the whole Kirk Cameron idea that there's something after the apocalypse. We don't believe in the rapture. So really we Catholics should call these pre-apocalyptic movies, because after the apocalypse, there's nothing. So as far as pre-apocalyptic movies, I just really like Terminator 2, because even though I don't think machines are the enemy, imagine if you replaced machines with demons, right? Who are we really fighting in this whole thing?
Yeah.
And then just the notion of like how many people go through life without any concern for, even if we don't want to say heaven and hell yet, how many people don't realize, honestly, how many times we've been on the verge of nuclear war the last 50 years, from the Bay of Pigs onwards, Russia versus Ukraine, India versus Pakistan, everything in the Holy Land. Yep. We may never know how close we've come to all this. And these people go through their lives laughing, sinning, everything else. And then you have these two people super serious. Do they want to be taking their lives seriously in Southern California in the 90s? No. But you have to for the sake of the rest of the world. So I don't know. I think of the priesthood through that movie in the sense that I'd like to just be having fun, going through life willy-nilly. But when you, and now I'm getting too deep for just a silly movie like Terminator 2, when you look at everything through the eyes of heaven and hell, like I look around crowded cities and I'm like, every single person here post-purgatory, well, everyone who goes to purgatory is saved, but ultimately everyone goes to heaven or hell. I'll look at a city and I'm like, I can't believe it. Like there's no gray zone. There's no one in this city that's going to be on a fence. Everyone is ultimately going to heaven or hell. And so I think of that scene when nuclear war just blasts through Los Angeles, like not to go too heavy on you guys, but that is what hell is going to look like, right? And so who sees this stuff? Really, it's the priest who really believes and just wants to warn all these people, and no one listens,
That's right.
Few people listen. But we know what's coming, which is our judgment, even though I don't think AI is actually a real threat, because I really believe, well, it might be a threat as far as like morally, but we know sentience is a false thing. AI can't gain intellect and will. We know that because only things made in God's image and likeness can have intellect and will. So I'm not worried about that. What I'm worried about is people not listening.
Well, it's also a tightly composed film. Like, when I think of an action film, I think a lot of action films have slow moments to them. It's like, hey, we have to have character development. Right. And usually the character development is just like a break from exciting, action. But this film is breakneck pace, but you still care about the characters.
That's right.
They use like rear projection. So I think when they're riding on the motorcycle and you have like the truck behind them, that's just like I believe it's the same scene, but they use rear projection where they have a projected screen behind them. And it looks real because it is real, because it's a picture of what's right behind them. But the action was revolutionary. Like it holds up today. It looks real. The T-1000, or what's he called? T2.
The one that's liquid
the
metal?
Liquid guy. That somewhat doesn't hold up, but it's still really well done. Like
even the liquid guy was seen as a milestone for CGI in like around, 2000 when it came in? No. It was actually much earlier. It was the first R-rated movie I saw in the movie theater with my dad. And so I was like 15 and so anyway, it was 90s. And that was a absolute milestone.
That was pretty crazy.
For computer generated images.
I agree. We're killing and keeping now. So I'm going to...
Do me last. I got to think.
I
have to kill something.
I like to blow things up and kill things. I don't want to kill things. Okay. I'm going to keep everything. Because I agree.
Oh man,
can't-
don't we have to kill something? No.
We don't have to.
I guess if they make a good enough case,
I'm-
I was pretty swayed by everything you
I
said.
can't believe it, but because I like to destroy things, but I'm keeping everything.
I'm
Cameron,
keeping
you're
everything.
keeping everything.
You like my
job.
schizophrenic pick.
Yes.
I think
Like, who
it's
picked
brilliant.
those?
I think
First,
it's brilliant.
Napoleon Dynamite, I was like, yeah, okay, you're just trying to mix it up. But actually,
it's brilliant.
like the more we talked about it, it is.
Yeah.
I was kind of trying to mix up, but I had to have some comedy, and that's my favorite comedy.
Great.
So
it's
good
solid.
pick.
Father, you've done something that's never been done before because we always kill something, and you've passed the guilty. We've even had some where we've killed more than two.
Really?
No, yeah, no. Like Father Robinson, I think we might have killed 3 out of 4. I know Down to Earth was easily killed.
Yes.
Well, we'll have to watch. I'm very surprised you guys haven't seen it, so we'll have to watch I Confess together. At some
Please,
point.
let's do it.
That'd
We're
be
going to do
great.
that. If you liked that clip, which I'm sure you did, then check out our other clips. And don't forget to go into the comments section and hype this bad boy. Don't make me get fat cardinal. Hype it now.